You have the books, but no time. You want to grow, but your mind is stuck in traffic. And when it's time to speak, you go blank or play small.
That is not failure. That is mental overload. And Smart Speakers Academy was built to fix that. I am Leslie Grace, the confidence coach, and I help you master 3 allied skills: smart reading, smart thinking, and smart speaking. Because confidence is built on competency, and when you read smart, you unlock speed of thoughts to become the smartest person in any room.
Click the link you can see to unlock the smarter version of you. Of course, because when you read smart, you think smart. And when you think smart, you speak like a smart leader. This is your time. Let's build the smarter version of you. This is the Smart World.
The death of surface knowledge. And yes, we are live. You are welcome to the Smart Reading Short Break series. And I am Leslie Grace, the confidence coach. I help you master confidence, smartness through smart reading, smart thinking, and of course, smart speaking. Today is going to be an amazing conversation as we're talking about something really confrontational and a hard truth to accept. But because, yes, my job is to teach you confidence, smartness through smart reading, smart thinking, smart speaking. So everything has to do with reading, right? We've got the key. So today we're going to be talking about the death of surface knowledge. We want to talk about something that silent enemy. Because I've seen so many professionals say they read, but what they are doing is surface knowledge. So we're talking about something that is a silent enemy. Many professionals don't know. The real enemy is not poverty. It's not competition. It's not time. It's something more dangerous. It is what we call surface knowledge. Surface knowledge. You see, in 2026, shallow minds will sink. So I'm more concerned about how you begin to build your mind. Shallow understanding will break careers in 2026. And if you can see and hear me, please put the comment section. Yes, I can see and hear you. Let me know in the comment section that you can see and hear me absolutely. 2026 is coming. I need you to come closer. Like leading on this conversation. Get somebody that should be on this live. Share this live with the person. Tell the person to join in. We are talking about something you may not have heard before. Scratch that, you've not heard it before. Today we're talking about reading for inspiration. Yesterday I just introduced it a little bit, but the truth is, reading for inspiration is different from talking about reading so you can post quotes. That's what I call surface knowledge. That's what some professionals are doing. So there's a crop of professionals that are reading. There are some that are reading at all, and there are some that are reading, but what they are doing is surface knowledge, shallow understanding. It can break a career. Shallow understanding can break your career. We are talking about reading that builds depth. That's the kind of reading we're talking about. We're not talking about reading so you can make posts, reading so you can cut books that you've read. No. We're talking about reading that sharpens your intelligence. Reading that separates you from the masses. You just stand out. The death of surface knowledge. Because you are so busy as a professional, you really don't have the time to actually do shallow reading. The time you give to your reading, it shouldn't be that what you can catch out of that reading is surface knowledge. No. You should be able to do that. Now, picture this, right? The busy mental dilemma that most professionals are faced with. So you wake up early, you rush, you multitask, you scroll, you skim, you absorb fragments, but you grasp nothing deeply. You end the day filled with information, both the one that came from social media, but the one that's coming from everywhere. You end the day filled with information, but you are void of understanding. You're void of understanding. If this is you, write in the comment section for me. I'm tired of knowing a little about everything, but mastering nothing. That's where most professionals are. The place where they know a little about everything, but they master nothing. So they know a little about the current celebrity that has been dragged online. They just know a little, but they are not a master of anything. They are not even a master of their minds, which is the major determinant for how you're going to succeed in 2026. Your mind. Your mind. Instead of knowing a little of everything, it is time to actually focus on being a master of your own mind. Being a master of your own mind. And yes, like I said in the comment section, thank you. I am tired of knowing a little about everything, but mastering nothing. If you've ever been in this place. Oh, hi Chris, so good to have you here. Oh, and Chris is even doing it with one emotional emoji here. That's a real change. That's what social media does to us. Social media makes you know a little, too much of social media, addiction to social media. Social media is good, it's not bad. I mean, I'm on social media, but it's about how you are there. And there for creation, not there for consumption. Social media just keep giving you too much to consume. Before you know it, you know a little of everything. So you know a little about the celebrities that have been dragged now. You know a little about politicians. A little about like, oh, this person is not in the UK. Oh, this person is not in the UK. You just a little about everything. Yeah, you're not a master of anything. Let's go. There are now, the reality of what we're faced with now is too many competent professionals. But guess what? They are shallow. They are competent, but they are shallow. They are smart, but they are shallow. They scroll summaries. That's what they're doing. I don't have time to learn. They're just going through summaries. They are visible, but they're not respected. We can see them, but when they talk, it doesn't translate to respect. They are talented, but they are inconsistent. So they are struggling with consistency. That's what we call professionals who are competent, but they are shallow. And hey, they're busy professional, I'm sent to you. Yes, I'm the one who's been given the key to confidence smartness. How do you achieve it? Through smart reading, smart thinking, smart speaking. That's how to get there. Confidence is outdated. We're talking about confidence smartness now. Confidence is outdated. Begin to skim. So what you're doing, just skimming headlines. You're scrolling summaries. They're bouncing between ideas and depth when what you should be seeking is depth. These are the kind of professionals that are losing promotions every day, losing relevance, losing clarity. Because you know what? 2026, your competitor is not your colleague. Your competitor is actually the person who understands deeply, not the one who knows lightly. So we're no longer doing shallow knowledge. That's what social media gives you, shallow knowledge. How come you know about where all the celebrities are, how they travel? You don't know nothing about them. You don't know nothing about them. It's just shallow. Meanwhile, it's filling up your space to actually get in depth of knowledge. I need you to write in the comment section. It's time for them. It's time for them. Enough of the shallow knowledge. Today's conversation is depth of surface knowledge. Enough. Today is the depth of surface knowledge. What do we see every day? We're seeing the overfed but unnourished brain. Your brain is gradually growing to be overfed but it's not nourished. Because guess what? Every single junk of information that you feed your brain with, it actually feeds your brain, interestingly. But that brain is fed but malnourished, undernourished. It's like a human being who eats junk, eats all kinds of things everywhere, but you're not eating the right thing that should give you nourishment. So I remember when I had my mentor, Coach Wendy say at the point, she said, why are you having three meals a day? Why are you eating so much? Eating snack, eating, if you're almost your 40s, why are you, I mean, she said all of that, right? And then, and now, it was when I began it. So I've been on this journey for some months now of doing a meal a day. And I've now realized that, oh, there's a difference between being malnourished and being overfed. So when you are a full-blown adult and you're having too much meals, you're actually overfeeding yourself. But the right nourishment, the right food that is for you, you're not having it. So today I do a meal a day, literally. I've been talking since morning. I've been working, hardly working this morning. However, I have not eaten all day, but guess what? I have the right nourishment in me. That's just an analogy to show that's what's happening. When it is actually books, it's actually reading that is the right nourishment for your brain. Every other thing is overfeeding you. It's not nourishing. Your brain is consuming more data now in this human history. Now, ever in human history, the human brain is consuming too much data, overfeeding your brain and not nourishing it. That's why one of the principles in our inner circle, the book Bingers Book, is book before social media. Bible and books before you think of binging on social media. Because you have not collected your nourishment, you are going to feed yourself with overfeeding, junk. Comprehension today is becoming slower. The average adult spends 7 hours per day on fragmented information. Not depth, no understanding, not mean. What does this mean? This means that your brain is overwhelmed. Your brain is overwhelmed, yet it's not enlightened. Your brain is stimulated, yet your brain is not strengthened. You are busy, but you're not brilliant. Oh, my dear busy professionals, let's talk. I relate because this happened to me. Oh, I used to say, I'm busy, I can't read, I'm too busy. But then when it was time for me to speak, I couldn't speak. I leave that place and I'll say, it was impromptu. They called me impromptu, that's why. No. I didn't have speed of thought to process what it is I needed to say. And the reason I lacked speed of thought was because I wasn't reading. I love the way my mentor says it. Read. Like your life depends on it. Because that is how you access speed of thought. That's a quote by my mentor, Coach Wendy Oloke. The truth is that most professionals feel mentally scattered. They feel easily distracted. So even when they pick up a book, they go 2-3 minutes tired. That's why you must learn speed reading. I know, by the way, that's the first thing you get when you join our inner circle program, speed reading. Because you know what? Just imagine that you're driving and your kids are in the car. You're playing music, you are eating, you're having some snacks, then your friend is in the front of the car, you guys are gist, your friend is giving you gist of how her trip went, maybe she just traveled into town. Just imagine all of this scenario. Can you drive fast? Please let me know in the comment section. I'll wait for you. Is it possible to drive fast like this? Is it possible? With all of this going on. And then before you know it, you turn back, you tell your child, will you stop now? Will you just sit down? You now continue with your friend, hey, talk to me. So you see what now happened at the airport. All of this you're driving. Then as it's going on, your phone rings, you pick your call. I say, no, I'm close to the house. Maybe your security calls you and say, I'm close to the house, I'll still be home. And all of this is ongoing. Hey, Sally, so good to have you here. So good to have you here. I hope you've hit the subscribe button. I hope you've hit the like button. Thank you for joining me. Of course, you can't drive fast that way. That's what's happening to most of us. There's something called speed reading. I'm a speed reading expert. I teach it, right? And the first thing we give you when you join, want to actually read a book is to learn it. So that, just imagine the same you in that car. Your kids are not in the car. You're not eating anything else. And you really want to drive. You need to run fast. You're going to drive fast. But guess what? Today, you want to read, you have your phone with you. Why? And then emails are buzzing. Boom, 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 boom. That's because you don't have a secluded time that you dedicate. See, reading is a ritual. If your brain must work with that in 2026. It's a ritual for the minds that create. I've not seen one creator who's not a book reader. I've not seen one. Trust me. I do a lot of biographies. I do a lot of reading of people's history. Right? But the truth is, if you must create, you must be able to have the kind of mind that can create. And that mind is not filled with distractions. Today, professionals can't take a decision. Overwhelmed by decisions. If you are seeing this in your life, it's because of distraction. It's because your mind is overfed, but it's not nourished. Unable to articulate ideas. Oh, Sally, so good to have you here. Thank you for joining in. We go like Mondays to Fridays at 1 p.m. West African time, Saturdays at 7 p.m. West African time. If you know a friend or someone who reading is their struggle, share this Live with them. Let them come in. I will be here every day till Jesus comes. Mondays to Fridays at 1 p.m. And interestingly, November and December, we're talking about the Smart Reading Short Break series, right? So Mondays to Fridays, 1 p.m. West African time, Saturdays. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. West African time, we'll still be here. Share this live with people you know are struggling with reading. I teach smart reading, not just reading. And what is smart reading? Speed reading plus systems for daily practice. Thank you for joining me here today. I love it that you're here, Sally. So good to have you here. Now, your brains are choking on surface level knowledge if this is your reality. You know, there's something the Bible says in Psalms 42 verse 7, I beg your pardon. Psalms 42 verse 7. And it says, deep calls unto deep. You see, deep impact will require depth from your brain. Deep insight will require depth. Think about it. God never rewards surface thinking. I need you to write it down. God never rewards surface thinking. No, he never. He never rewards surface thinking. He rewards depth. He rewards meditation. He rewards reflection. He rewards comprehension. He gave Joseph depth. Think about it. Oh Lord, give me this word. Give me promotion. Deep calleth unto deep. The level of depth of success you are looking for, the level of depth of impact you're looking for will require deep from you. Deep calleth unto deep. It will require some level of depth. It will require the depth of meditation. It will require the depth of reflection. It will require the depth of comprehension. It will require the depth of comprehension. Deep calleth unto deep. Oh, intentional parents, I see you. It was such an honor being there today. Thank you. Deep calleth unto deep. You want to be the person who can make. You haven't had very successful people. Do you know the depth of meditation they put into? Do you know the depth of reflection, the depth of comprehension? Deep calleth unto deep. Every destiny that stood out in scripture did so through deep insight, not shallow activity. You treat reading like it's shallow. Let me just go through it. You're missing depth. You're missing depth. I need you to say this out loud in the comment section. My mind will grow roots before 2026. My mind will grow roots before 2026. Now, why is surface knowledge a bad thing? Something that can fail you. Why is surface knowledge? Oh, thank you. I love it. Thank you, Sally. I love it. The truth is that surface knowledge will fail you in 2026, and I want to show you why. Why your reading now is important. Surface knowledge will fail you in 2026. I want to show you why. 2026 will not be the kind of year that sharpness can thrive. Here is why. Number one, and you know, I'm called to busy professional, so everything that concerns you like this is my focus. I'm here to solve your problem. My job is to give smart, through smart reading, smart thinking, smart speaking. This is the world where you should read like never before. Let me tell you why. Number one, 2026. The job market will favor interpretive thinkers, not passive consumers in 2026. I needed that to sit here. Number two, companies will hire for analysis, not awareness. Number three, AI. I mean, today I talked about AI, and the way I always say it, right? I always say that don't go to AI without HI and SI. I say to the people in our inner circle program, Book Bingers, I always say it. I said, we did a program in, I think last month, Smart Creating. And somebody said, oh, if you want to write a book, what if I just go and use AI? I just smiled. I rarely would respond directly to such questions because the truth is, if you go to AI without HI and SI, you will come back with what everybody else has. See, even AI reward thinkers, not schemers. Even AI rewards. There's a depth of thought you will come with. Even the AI to tell you this is brilliant, this is innovative. Number four, surface knowledge will fail in 2026 because leadership will require comprehension, not convenience. Normally, Leadership is not a convenient journey. It's not a place of comfort, right? It's discomfort. The problem is not the discomfort. Your problem is comfort. That's a quote by Coach Debbie Echo, right? And the truth is that even Joseph did not dream in comfort. Do you know that Joseph was only dreaming when he was in his parents' house? The moment Joseph got into the palace, we didn't hear Joseph dreaming. We didn't hear him interpret anybody's dream. Comfort. Comfort. But guess what? When he was thrown into prison, what happened? The dreams interpreter, beg your pardon, the dreams interpreter Joseph was rebirthed in discomfort. In discomfort. In 2026, leadership will require comprehension. Even as it will require convenience from you, it will require comprehension. The world is shifting from information abundance to depth scarcity. Information abundance is everywhere now. There's information abundance everywhere. So the world is shifting from information abundance to what? Depth scarcity. People can get information anywhere. It's everywhere now. So it's people of depth that would stand out. The person who can interpret knowledge is gradually beginning to, that person will become a rare asset. You can pick a book, you read about this book, and the insight you are bringing will make you a rare asset. This year I've written maybe about 30 books or so. Yes. I did a 21 in one bundle this year. I did another 6 in one also. There's an 11 in one for everybody who joins the book media, so that's for free. Okay, that 11 in one contains my bestseller book, Mastering Speed Reading for Busy Professional. It contains reading through shifts. Now, because in the book media book, we have quite a number of professionals who work through shifts. So I'm talking nurses, doctors in the UK who, they work through shifts and they're wondering how can I actually do it. So I have to create that for them. You also have my book binging journal. You have about an 11 in one, right? I created it this year. This same year, I did 3 books. Yeah. All of these creations, I can tell you for free from reading. It comes to me easy peasy. But I wasn't this person. I couldn't write one book until I started reading a book a week. That's why I'm forever grateful to my mentor, Coach Wendy. I didn't know it was even possible. I couldn't write one in my entire, this person now that people are saying, you're so smart. You talk about it. I could not write one book. See, let me tell you, the truth is that depth, ability to interpret will become a rare asset in 2026. What you should say to yourself is, I refuse to enter 2026 mentally thin. And you need to write that down. I refuse to enter 2026 mentally thin. Just imagine 2 minds entering 2026. The first mind enters with 5-minute scheming habits, social media knowledge everywhere, motivational fragments, 0 depth, 0 mastery. Now, Professional B. Professional B enters 2026 with deep comprehension. Professional B enters with concepts understood, not just heard. He enters with a trained reading rhythm, enters with mental speed plus clarity. 52 books feeding their intelligence. Hey, intellectual confidence. When people talk about things like confidence, I say, your confidence will be limited. Confidence is one side. There's confidence, smartness. That's what you need as a professional. That's what you need. Now, between professional A and B that I painted for you, who will win opportunities? Is it A or B? Who will stand out? Who will be sought after? Who will lead the room? Who will be remembered? Of course, it's professional B. You see, in 2026, your depth will be your difference. Write it down. My depth will be my difference. My depth will be my difference. There's something called the neuroscience of deep reading. There's something called deep reading. And when I'm saying deep reading, I'm not talking 1 hour. You can actually do deep reading for 10 minutes and finish a book a week. You can do deep reading for 15 minutes And no, you're not too busy to give it. No. It's just like you have not trained your brain. I mean, that's why the book Winter's Book is good for you. Because from the that's your induction webinar day one before we start. I give you a spirit reading masterclass. It comes with the 4-in-1 speed reading bundle. So in that bundle, you have master speed reading for basic professional, you have distraction management guide, you have fast flow focus kit, which talks about focus, and then you have the big day planner. Okay. Now, this bundle is how you actually become that person who can achieve this goal. So we don't just get you into the book bingers book and then we expect you to start doing the book a week. No. And the speed reading we give for book bingers is not the one we sell outside. Unapologetically, I'm not sorry. Because book bingers will get it. The people who are actually willing to say, okay, I want to start. There are courses that we can't teach outside. So the speed reading version will teach inside, we can't teach it outside. It's for those who are willing to now say, okay, if you don't apply speed, you can't move. No matter the skill you're giving. Imagine the way you were cooking when you were 7. If you started cooking that early, let me say when you were 18 or you were 13, I beg your pardon. If you were a mom of kids now and then you cook more often, the speed you have for cooking now, let me give you a typical example. When you were 13 and your mom taught you to make meals and you started making meals, you would realize that to make noodles could have taken you 30 minutes, 40, maybe an hour to make noodles. I have a teenager that's like a foster daughter to me. It takes almost some minutes to make that. Don't be smiling. Sometimes she will say, when is you? But you just, the truth is, now you, as a mom of kids, that understand how time and cooking works, that same 1 hour, you can make 3 pots of milk, giant pots of milk. True or not? True or false? Please, let me know in the comment section. There are mothers that can relate. So you have speed, but then there's a steadiness that has made you to hack that. But because that teenage girl really cooks, mom that's often cooking, she would really struggle with being able to actually cook, right? And so even the 1 hour they give her, all she can make is noodles or maybe 2-3 cups of jollof rice. That has to be her reality. Now, so that's it about speed, right? The truth is, deep reading strengthens your executive intelligence. I want to talk to you about the neuroscience of deep reading and why we can't do shallow reading here. Deep reading strengthens executive intelligence. I'll say that again. Deep reading strengthens executive intelligence. Research shows that deep reading, number 1, it activates your prefrontal cortex. I hope you know. So that's why parents know, interestingly, professionals know this. That's why I tell their child, go and read. Your child will soon be traumatized with the way you are going. This is my job. I've done the research. There's something called reading trauma. Don't worry, I'm coming. You hear it from me. There's no need to argue. No idea before it's okay. We create things that don't exist. That's why we're here. We're here to create. We're in this earth to create. Find solutions to problems people don't even know exist. We'll show you the problem now, give you the solution. Now, the truth is, your prefrontal cortex is being activated each time you read deeply. The prefrontal cortex is where logic and decisions happen. So do you see why choosing not to? One thing I struggled with when I wasn't reading was that I struggled with logical thinking. I was mostly thinking emotionally. And then I struggled with decision making. Something that's choosing what to wear. Today, I can't struggle with, why am I spending 2 minutes thinking of what to wear? Why? So all of those, I don't know what to wear. It's been how many? I don't know why. I don't know what's happening to me. I don't know what's happening to me. I've been struggling with prefrontal cortex is having issues. Number 2, deep reading strengthens neural pathways for reason. Deep reading strengthens your neural pathways for reasoning. So that's why my mentor would say speed of thought. I never knew there was a thing like that. Your reasoning is being strengthened. The neural pathways that are in charge of your reasoning are being strengthened each time you read. Now, this is why in the book Winter's Book, one thing I always say is that a day without reading is a wasted day. As you're coming in, you're welcome, but every day for me. Because guess what? Just look at this. An opportunity you'd have taken 5 minutes to build mental resilience You didn't build it. That's a wasted day. That's a wasted day. Reading expands your cognitive endurance, builds your mental resilience, improves your emotional interpretation. The way you'll not be able to interpret things emotionally will be different. What does this mean? This simply means that your cognitive endurance can be strengthened. So when people say, how do you read for 1 hour? Read for 10 minutes first. Start from there. Read for 5 minutes first. Every day you sit on that table to do 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, you are strengthening your cognitive endurance. So there's nothing like this person is just gifted with reading. There's nothing like that. There's nothing like sabi, you too like book, you're a bookie. There's nothing like that. Actually, that person has been able to read, do deep reading for some minutes, and they've been able to expand their cognitive endurance. Now, while they are doing this, deep reading can also help you expand and enhance your memory. Do you know that your memory can improve? What is, I don't know why I just forgot. When you're a deep reader, even when the thing seems like you forgot it, on that conversation, you remember again. Another thing deep reading does is emotional resilience. So this means that as someone who does deep reading, deep readers argue better. Of course, with facts and wisdom. Number one. Number two, deep readers think clearer. Do you know that one of the things that most professionals struggle with is thinking? They can do anything else, but don't put them in a room and say brainstorm. 2 minutes, some professionals almost pass out. Take away the phones, take away everything. Just say this meeting is just for us to think through this problem. How do we solve? People are running away from thinking. It's hard to think. So when people get into systems and they say, this place you come, you are here to think this. You just put, can you just give us the answer? Why am I thinking? If you don't think, you understand. If you're struggling with thinking for minutes, as a habit, I've built a habit of daily thinking walks. That's what I call it. I go for daily thinking walks. I go to drop off my kids and then I walk back home. We drive to the school, but I decide to just walk back home so that I can have thinking walks. I've prioritized it. And by the time I'm thinking about a particular issue or something I want to create, it just comes because of reading. One of the benefits is thinking clear. Number two is deciding faster. They are marketing something good for you. Like today I was privileged to be on my intentional parenting journey with my mentor coach Wendy Logi. This thing they're marketing for you, you know it is good for you, but you're struggling with deciding fast. It's because you're struggling with your reading. Oh, thank you, Sally. It's because you're struggling with your reading. The moment you start reading, you'll be deciding faster. You will decide faster. Once you know this thing is good for you, if you miss emptying your account, you empty your account and do it. Those who decide fast, create fast, and make money fast. Let's say you're in a space. Maybe you are in the diaspora, and I work with quite a number of professionals in the diaspora. Maybe you're in the diaspora and you just notice that, on these streets, people are looking for African meals. And you're a great chef. You know you're a great chef. I just think, you're trying to decide. Do you know that by the time you think deciding fast is not a problem? Hold on. By the time you're there thinking, this thing, should I not? Guess what? Somebody else will go and start it. And even if you do begin, that person would have enjoyed what we call the law of first mention. There's something called the law of first mention. And it's a big deal when it comes to business. So how you decide, how fast you decide is a thing. This world is fast. Instagram is not asking you whether you want this information or not. They're loading it on you. That's why one thing you need to learn in this generation is speed reading. You are doing yourself a disservice if you've not learned it. No. The pace at which you will think is tied to how you read fast. And it will determine how you decide fast as well. Number 4, it will help you to lead stronger. If you don't read, you can't lead. How do you lead a people that read more than you? How? How do you come up with concepts that can solve the problem? No, it's not possible. Number 4, it helps you communicate smarter. It helps you communicate smarter. Guess what, right? As a confidence coach, my job is to help busy professionals master confidence smartness through smart reading, smart thinking, smart speaking. I have discovered that there's a huge difference between public speaking and smart speaking. So I don't teach public speaking. Interesting. So if you come to me and you say, Coach, I want to learn how to be able to speak before any audience, I'll say, okay, I can teach you. But what I teach is smart speaking. Because if you walk through the chain I will give you, which is the chain of smart reading, smart thinking, smart speaking, you will speak. And people will be amazed at how you speak. I need you to touch your mind, touch your head and say, my mind must go deeper in 2026. I need you to see these words. My mind must go deeper in 2026. Now, what I found is that too many professionals resist deep reading. And the question is why? If you're hearing this truth and you're saying, this reading thing, Coach, come to my house. Coach, I have 255 books. Coach, I have books. Now they're released another one. I bought it. I have books, Coach. The problem is I can't just sit down to read. I want to tell you why. I want to show you what happens. I want to show you why deep reading, why you resist deep reading. I want to show you why. The truth is that there's a reason that happens. And I want to show you why that happens. All right. Why does that happen? Shortcuts. Gradually, you have trained your mind for shortcuts. It's over the years. That's why I say I feel like, especially if you were trained in Africa, you didn't see adults reading as a norm. You were put under pressure to read. A lecturer just came and gave you 400-page book and said, if you don't read this in 2 days, this course you will not pass. And you know that it's a 6 credit in this course, so you start to read it. You're already traumatized with reading. You need healing. You're already traumatized. I was traumatized with reading. Highly. And because I love books, like I've always loved books, you know? I was trained to love books. I used to read, but I was traumatized. So growing up as an adult, I just said, I don't need reading anymore. It is trauma. So now you're beginning to do shortcuts. Anything that will take you more than 10 minutes in a still calm place is taking you to the childhood you that was forced to read. Your father said, no Christmas thoughts if you don't come out first in class. So he said, okay, let me read though. A Christmas plot is at stake. Shortcut. Please extend grace to yourself if this is you. Extend grace to yourself. The shortcut system you have built. Yes, it's your fault, but it's not entirely your fault. But that's why you're avoiding deep reading. Number 2, speed. Your brain has been conditioned for speed. You know the speed I'm talking about now? The speed of how social media lumps an information. If you go on Instagram now and you spend 1 minute there, on an average, you've gotten a minimum of 100 new information. Again, that's why you must learn speed reading. Because you have to do a remove and replace principle. So you remove and then you replace. Speed. Number 3, quick rewards. Social media, seeing a movie, tech binging, all those stuff. They give you quick rewards. You get rewarded. You feel good. But reading doesn't give you that kind of quick reward. It feels like you're not doing anything until you get before that meeting. And the CEO walks in and you can still talk even though the CEO and the chairman is there. That is when you know that this you're reading, there's reward. Even though the reward doesn't seem quick. Number 4, your brain is conditioned to fight against deep reading because of entertainment. But the good news is that you can actually rewrite because deep reading feels uncomfortable because it requires stillness. You have not linked up your entertainment with stillness. So deep reading is always fault. It's always a hard thing for you. You say things like, how am I going to read it for 1 hour? I have other things to do. I'm too busy. That's not the problem. The problem is that your body is uncomfortable because that act requires stillness. It doesn't feel like you're being entertained. But one of the things I teach in the Book Rangers book is how to actually read like you're being entertained. You can curate, entertainment is curated. Entertainment is curated. Just like feeding. Most of us were trained that 3 meals a day is the way out. Entertainment is trained. It's like a meal. You can train your taste buds. You can train your taste buds to say no carbonated drinks, water. For years, I've been doing that for years. Water is my addiction. I don't take carbonated drinks. I don't know what that is. You can't see me in that place. You can train your brain. You can train your brain. But because deep reading requires stillness, you have a problem with it. It requires focus. Deep reading requires focus. Deep reading requires patience. I have to read the book. You read the book, read it tomorrow, you continue. So you just wait. Well, can I just be patiently wait? You will be patient. You'll be patient. Number 4, deep reading requires reflection. Many professionals are scared of reflecting. They are scared. They are scared. So when you say journal, they are afraid. They don't want to journal. But you see, the moment you can push past resistance, don't go to the path of least resistance. Social media binging is the path of least resistance. Tech binging is the path of least resistance. But you see, reading a lot, you have to push past the resistance. Your brain requires you to go deeper. It requires you, when you start reading like this, you begin to rewire your brain for depth. See, it's in the practice. And that's why you see that when you've gone through this process, you see that book bingers are different. They think differently. I've seen book bingers come to me and they say, Coach, do you know that a book binger wrote to me, she said, do you know that I thought that having a credit card in the UK, being indebted is a normal thing. And she said, I read the book, Psychology of Money. And in that book, the author said, you cannot be rich if you're indebted. She said, Coach, I returned my credit card. I started going with train to work. Sometimes I had to walk. I changed my lifestyle. She said, I didn't make my hair fall because I wanted to clear out all the debts I had. She said, when I cleared it, I returned my credit card. She said, Coach, if I was not reading, how am I able to think like this? So, but I was able to think, I was able to be the consistency, the discipline. Reading will make me think differently. Today, she's not indebted. She's living without credit cards in the UK. Reflection, meditation on what you read is something that you must not let go. God is committed to deep thinkers. Do you know that the first thing God said at the beginning of the world, one of the first things he said is, come, let us reason together. Reason. How do you reason with God if you've not built your mind? How? God called he called him, he said, let us reason together. Now that's the man before redemption. You have been redeemed, bought to the price of just, you think God will not reason with you? That's how you're seeing people create up and down. How? God is committed to deep thinkers. In 1 Timothy 4:15, I paraphrase, it says, meditate upon these things. Give yourself wholly to them, that your profiting may appear. Your profiting, being able to appear to all, is tied to how you meditate. What do you meditate upon if you don't read? What is meditation? Depth. Today, I want to kill surface knowledge. Let her just teach us. We don't need to read. We are in a system. The person has written a book. You're not reading. He said, just teach that. Blah, blah, blah. It's part of surface knowledge. Meditation equals depth. Holy is talking about commitment. profiting is public result. So what 1 Timothy 4:16 is saying, say, meditate upon these things. Find depth. Give yourself wholly to them. Commit to the process of looking for them. Commit to the process of reading daily. And the end part says, your profiting will not appear to all. But what are we looking for? We're looking for our profiting to appear to all. Oh, I want to create. Elon Musk said he has Tesla cars. Oh, this person has created this course. Should you start from the beginning? 1 Timothy 4:15, that's why I put it. Should you start from the beginning? Meditating upon these things. So that you can now build consistency. Give yourself wholly onto it. Then you can now have a profiting that will appear to all. You can now have a profiting that will appear to all. Depth produces visible success. People can see it. People can see. If you are on my intentional parenting journey this morning, I'm just 2 years in the yard. Just 2 years. But one thing I picked is this reading. Run with it. Depth produces visible success. I need you to write it down for me in the comment section. My depth is my destiny. My depth is my destiny. My depth is in my destiny. Quickly before I let you go, I know that somebody is now asking, so how do I build a depth framework for myself? So for joining this live today, I'm going to be giving you 5 ways to do that. How to move from shallow to profound reading. Are you ready? Somebody say, all of this for a free live session. Block your time. If you can't join in 1 p.m. live, you can always start replay. We've done this. We've done this for a while now. We have used the system, right? Here. All right, let's talk. How to move from shallow to profound reading. Number 1, think in layers, not lines. Most people, they want to understand the outline of the whole book. No. Smart readers read for interpretation. So we're focused on layers, not lines. We're focused on layers, not lines. So when you read a book at the surface, let me explain what surface knowledge is. You're just asking, what is the book saying? That's what you're asking. But you see, when you read a book in depth, your question is what the book means. There's a difference. You see this book? There's something the author is saying, and there's something the author means. It's 2 different things. But you see, when you're a book binger, when you understand that we're not thinking in lines, we're thinking in layers, as you pick the book, you're asking, what is this person saying? You're asking, what does this person mean beyond what they are saying? Now, when you get to that point where you start thinking, what does this person mean? The next thing that will happen to you is that you will now begin to get to the higher level, which is mastery. So at that mastery level, you're not asking, how do I apply what this person means? How do I apply it? How do I apply it? Deep lives are birthed when they begin to ask the question, what does this author mean? See, let me tell you the truth. In every book that you're reading, depth lives beneath the obvious. Depth lives beneath. That's inside is where the depth lies. How do you move from shallow reading to deep reading? Number 2, build a daily depth ritual. Build a daily depth ritual. I need you to write this down. Depth is a muscle. Yep, depth is a muscle. It grows under daily repetition. Did you hear what that scripture says? Depth, deep, collect unto deep. Collect, present continuous, consistency, ritual, deep, collect unto deep. It's a present continuous something. Depth is a muscle. Depth is a muscle. It grows under daily repetition. It grows under daily repetition. 10 minutes of deep reading per day. Listen, you see that 10 minutes of deep reading per day? It can beat 1 hour of distracted reading per week. Not this, leave it for weekend. I just want to read about the weekend. A day without reading is a wasted day. 10 minutes daily will when it comes to the depth of what is being built in your mental capacity, you can't compare it. You can't live reading for the weekend thing. No, you can't. In the book pages, one book per week. It is your book of choice. No, I don't. Coach Leslie does not have one book that is read, everybody should read it. No, we're the first and the best community in the world to create a system where everyone in that system is reading their book of choice at their time. Yet, we all have one system carrying us. Yeah. Just imagine what one book per week can do to you. One book per week means 52 layers of intelligence added per year. Hey, I want to say that again. One book per week means 52 layers of intelligence added per year. Per year. Per year. I need you to write this down. My daily depth ritual begins now. Now. I just told you 10 minutes. Set your time at 10 minutes of depth reading. Come back and tell me under this video how it went. Observe yourself for 7 days of doing this and tell me how it went. Depth is a muscle. Number 3, extract meaning, not motivation. If you pick a book to read, don't look for that book to motivate you. Extract meaning, not motivation. From every book, pick a principle. If you're like me, pick a course, pick a guide, pick a book that you write from the book. I'm not there to consume, I'm there to create. Pick a principle that I learned from this book. I always talk about how I read the book, What Changes Manifesto by Robin Sharma. And in that book, Robin Sharma says genius is the realm of genetics, not the realm of practice. I said to myself, anything I want to be a genius in, I must practice it daily. Don't set bogus times. People that know me, I was always a size 14. Today I'm always a size 8. All I did was just 15 minutes exercise daily. I looked for a system to add it. So pick a principle. That's a principle I picked from that book. That okay, I want to be a genius in anything. I want to be a genius in parenting my children intentionally. I want to be a genius in having a great marriage. I'll just pick up a system for it. Practicing daily. Extract a principle from every book you read. A pattern, a framework, a shift, an application. This is how you turn books into comprehension tools. Not where you go and get motivation. Get meaning, not motivation. Number 4, how do you move from shallow to deep reading? Deeping through discussion. Depth is in discussions. Write it down. Depth is in discussions. Depth is in discussions. Your words have I found, and I did eat them. Discussions. 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 Depth multiplies in communities. That's why a community like the Book Bingers Group, one thing that we have done is when you are done, one thing we have done is teaching you how to discuss with the books you've read. When you explain what you read, you activate deeper comprehension. When you explain what you read, you activate deeper comprehension. When you listen to others, you activate new angles of understanding. You are walking into new realms of depth. So one thing I preach in the Book Bingers with is, no, we're not just here to read. We're here to interpret. We're here to reflect. We're here to sharpen. We're here to share. We're here to share. Thank you, Chris. Everything I'm reading in the book, I share it. Everybody shares their knowledge. Because guess what? I have depth. It's in discussions. Number 5, train before January. C, busy professional. See those things you do. New year, new life. New year, new habits. New year, new me. There's something like that. Train before January. Train now. Depth is not built by New Year resolutions. No. It is built by November decisions. If there are communities you need to join this November, join. Run inside. Run inside. Because when 2026 arrives, the deep thinker will lead the shallow. I can tell you for free. Tell yourself, I will not enter 2026 mentally shallow. Mentally shallow. So if this is hitting you somewhere, you're thinking, hey, Jesus, God, you don't understand. No, I have over 50 books. Where can I begin from? I don't know what to do. This reading, I know. And my children are not reading because of me. Calm down. You are not behind. Number one. That's the truth you have to accept. Number two, you are not on the train. No. You are not confused. No. Thank you, Chris. You are not confused. You are not underdeveloped in your insight. No. You are not slow. Your depth is just waiting to be built. Your depth is just waiting to be built. And how do you build it? Come inside the Book Bingers booth. The Book Bingers booth is the place where your next level is locked inside. Your next level is locked inside comprehension. It's not inside consumption. Your depth is your protection. Your depth is your power. Come in and join in a system that has been curated for you. We've worked with quite a number of professionals. Currently, we're across 6-7 countries all over the world. Professionals who are nurses, doctors, busy people all over the world, that they are able to actually do a book a week for you. If doctors and health professionals in the UK are doing a book a week, what's your excuse? The excuse you have is that you'll not be given the know-how. Understand it. That's why join the Book Bingers booth, and interestingly, the door will get shut. We don't admit new book bingers in the year. You can't catch up. Every month has been grouped into themes. So every month we have a monthly theme. This month we're reading on this particular, we'll pick a theme and then we'll read on it, right? Everybody, your book of choice at your time. However, everybody just goes with the same system, right? But the truth is, if you now join us in March, you've missed the theme for January, so it won't be a holistic growth system that you have noticed. So your growth is waiting for you. Come inside the Book Bingers booth. If you're just new to our channel, there are testimonies here. If you, it's a whole playlist. My spirit reading journey is a whole playlist. You see book bingers that came on here to share with us their real journey of how they moved, and that will also show you that it's absolutely possible, right? We have been here for years. This is our 3rd year, so this 2026 will have our 3rd, book bingers coming. Our 3rd year of doing this book bingers. So we have our proven result that we know what we are doing, right? Depth is your protection. The depth is your power. I need you to enter 2026 deep, clear, grounded. That's a heartbeat for you. The 2026 is distinguished by you preparing yourself before January to say, okay, let me get myself into a system where I can actually do a book a week. And start the Book Bingers with what do you get? You develop deep comprehension. Number one. Number two, you get speed of understanding. Number three, you get mental structure. You get mental structure. Number four, you will get analytical confidence. You'll be able to now analyze stuff at some level. You'll be able to get analytical confidence. Number five, 52 books worth of depth. Hey, God, 52 books. You are the first and the best to do it. Any other person doing it is late to be sure. Yeah, 52 books worth of depth. Your book of choice at your time. It's a community that sharpens mind. We've built a system that can train your intellect daily. You get from me what we call book boosters every morning, 6 a.m. daily. Let me announce it's not a reading club. So nobody's reading your book for you. It's not a reading club. It's a depth lab. One of our book bingers, Mr. Thank God, he calls it the brain gym. He said the Book Bingers booth is my brain gym. He's a gym rat. So he said, just the way I go to the gym daily to gym. I come into the Book Bingers booth to also gym and build my mental muscle. He says it's a brain gym, right? It's a thinking gym. It is a mental refinement system. If you have questions, I'd love to take a few questions. If you have any in the comment section, you can put it as I begin to talk. So the Book Bingers booth is your thinking gym, it's your brain refinement, your mental refinement system. Because the truth is, you see this 2026 that is coming, depth will distinguish you. Write it for me in the comment section. Depth will distinguish me in 2026. Depth will distinguish me in 2026. Depth will distinguish me in 2026. Train before January. This is when we start training. This is when you start. This is when you start building the capacity. This is when you start getting to a place where you can now start refining yourself. Both just in waiting already getting themselves ready for 2026, and the door gets shut on December 20th. The door gets shut. Yes, for joining the bank, and then you spread your payment. You can book yourself with just 5,000 naira and spread your payment in now and that December 20th, so that you do not miss it. Okay. Depth to distinguish in 2026. Yes, thank you, ma'am, for sharing that. It's been a good time having you all here, and I love it that you joined in today. You want to join me tomorrow at 7 p.m. West African time. I love it. And I'm committed to sharing every day with busy professionals all over the world on mastering confidence smartness through smart reading, smart thinking, and of course, smart speaking. I am Leslie Grace, the confidence coach, and my job is to help you master confidence smartness through smart reading, smart thinking, smart speaking. Thank you for joining in today. I will see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. West African time. Remember to share this live with a professional that needs it. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you at 7 p.m. West African time tomorrow. This is the Smart World.
You have the books, but no time. You want to grow, but your mind is stuck in traffic. And when it's time to speak, you go blank or play small.
That is not failure. That is mental overload. And Smart Speakers Academy was built to fix that. I am Leslie Grace, the confidence coach, and I help you master 3 LI skills: smart reading, smart thinking, and smart speaking.
Because confidence is built on competency, and when you read smart, you unlock speed of thoughts to become the smartest person in any room.
Click the link you can see to unlock the smarter version of you. Of course, because when you read smart, you think smart, and when you think smart, you speak like a smart leader. This is your time. Let's build the smarter version of you. This is the Smart World.